Thursday, July 27th, 2017. This is the New England Patriots newsfeed on the CLNS Media Network. I'm Michael Longi, reporting for CLNS Media, the leading online provider of audio and video coverage of all New England sports. Football is officially back in New England as the Patriots opened up their 2017 training camp in front of a crowd of over 15,000 fans at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough on Thursday morning. Players seemed in good spirits when they took the field, and the high-powered Patriots offense showed signs of cohesion throughout the first practice of the year. Tom Brady connected with newcomer Brandon Cooks on a highlight 30-yard touchdown pass and also threw a few touchdowns to Rob Gronkowski in the goal line, among others, during 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 drills. All three quarterbacks on the roster looked solid throwing the ball, although at one point Jimmy Garoppolo did throw back-to-back interceptions to Eric Rowe and Jordan Richards during work on the goal line and 7-on-7 drills. Malcolm Mitchell was back on the field after not being present at minicamp in June and looked a bit rusty early on, while rookie receiver Austin Carr saw increased reps with the second-team offense after wide receiver Andrew Hawkins announced his retirement earlier this week. On special teams, Danny Amendola, Dion Lewis, DJ Foster, and Cyrus Jones worked as kick returners. There were two defensive players missing entirely from the practice field in defensive ends Rob Ninkovich and Coney Ely, while Dante Hightower and Alan Branch, both on the physically unable to perform list, were spotted at Gillette but did not practice. Linebacker Jonathan Freeney, who wore a red non-contact jersey during OTAs and minicamp, shed the red jersey for the first time today. Long snapper Joe Cardona was also missing from practice to fulfill his service commitment to the Navy and is expected to return to practice on Sunday. One of the biggest stories entering training camp was the health of All-Pro tight end Rob Gronkowski, and according to whoever you ask, Gronk is ready to go full throttle from day one. When Bill Belichick was asked about how Gronkowski will approach returning from yet another back surgery, the stern-faced coach simply responded, quote, "That was pretty much over with from the start of the offseason program." When asked if the next step is seeing how Gronkowski responds to full contact in pads, Belichick said, quote, "There are no limits that I'm aware of," end quote. Gronkowski participated fully in spring practices and minicamp and said at the time that he was 100%, but none of those practices were held in full pads. The Patriots' first practice in full pads of the year will take place on Saturday morning. And finally, the Patriots filled the final two open spots on the 90-man training camp roster late on Wednesday, adding wide receiver Tony Washington and defensive end Caleb Kidder. Washington spent the last two seasons with the Jacksonville Jaguars after signing with the Colts as an undrafted free agent out of Appalachian State in 2014. Kidder, who played at the University of Montana, went undrafted this season and signed with the Minnesota Vikings before getting released last week. That's it for today's Patriots newsfeed. To get even more up to speed on the five-time Super Bowl champions, follow CLNS Media on Twitter at CLNS Media and on Facebook at facebook.com/CLNSfans. And be sure to subscribe to the CLNS Media New England Patriots postgame show and the Patriots Beat podcast feeds, both available on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as on the CLNS Media mobile podcast app. This is Michael Longi for Patriots Newsfeed.